I'm sure we all have one. A white whale. That one thing you remember seeing or watching as a kid, but don't remember the name of, making it impossible for you to find later on in life, but you keep looking for it anyways in the vain hope of getting the nostalgia hit of a lifetime. Mine is this, a Cantonese dub of an 80s anime. My dad taped it for my brother and I when we were kids. For years, I kind of have tried looking for it, but never really had much success. It was hard, alright? All I had was Google and a bunch of keywords. But with advances in technology and social media, I think I'm ready to give this another try. Join me as I find my lost anime. So the first step to finding this thing is, well, actually finding this thing. Yeah, this is what we have to work with here. And as you can probably tell, some of these aren't labeled. For sake. I think we can just count these out because, you know, they're pretty self-explanatory. And I got the good old VHS and DVD combo player here, an early 2000s favorite. Yeah, so we've got everything we need. We've got the player, the tapes. I've got a converter over there. Don't know if it works yet. We're gonna try it. And we're gonna go through all these tapes. Jesus Christ. Why did I do this? And after an hour of fiddling around, I managed to get everything up and running. But that was the easy part. Every VHS tape can hold between 6 to 8 hours of content, so I had my work cut out for me.
Anthony Carter, deflected by Ryder.
It's actually kind of wild hearing this because, yeah, sound has not changed all that much in these past few years. Like, if I close my eyes, I can hear like just a modern NBA game being broadcasted. Oh my god, it's like shredding through the tape. What the f***? These things are scary, man. Oh, it would stop on this scene, it would. The good old cantina music. Yeah, I could have been a lot faster about this, but there was something incredibly nostalgic about seeing what basically amounts to a time capsule. The commercials were probably my favorite part.
With over 40 years in mutual funds, there's one thing we realized. Eventually,
Definitely not the Hulk ad. Could you like get sued for this? And I soon found out that the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Or you can log on to nba.com/Canada, play NBA trivia.
It's Internet Explorer, dude. I had no idea like they promoted like the website thing so much back then. Like, this is crazy. Minor complaints aside, I guess in a sense I really am lucky. I have the actual thing I'm looking for in hand. Friends I've spoken to only have vague memories to go off of. But that's what makes it all the more frustrating. It's so close, yet so far. Alright, so I just spent like the last 4 hours just fast forwarding, like scrubbing through VHS tapes, and I think by process of elimination, it should be on this one, but only one problem. It won't play. That's in. Shows the stop screen like normal, which is hopeful, but... Is everything okay? Because that was a weird sound. I'm like terrified. An exercise like this really makes you appreciate digital media. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's not good. Like, it's really not good because the tape is... Oh no, that's... Did I just destroy my only chance of reclaiming my childhood? But yeah, it's like completely disconnected from like the tape spinning things. I don't know what they're called. I would never, ever, ever recommend this, but I think I'm gonna have to open this up. Thankfully, the tape wasn't too mechanically complicated and I got the rough gist of how it worked and what the issue was. Alright, now hopefully it's a tension issue because it did feel really, really loose when I opened it up. So yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully we don't get a dreadful result like that again. Fingers crossed. Oh, please work. Just please work. God damn it. Wait, I hear a sound. Okay, it's rewinding, so that's a good sign.
A few minutes later.
Almost 3 hours now, and I think this is what we're looking for, because I saw Flash anime, and yeah, if I'm stumbling on words, it's because I'm... This is it! This is it! Holy sh**. Oh, thank God it's not damaged. Wait, I can't show that. Oh my God, this is not aged gracefully, you guys. This is really not aged gracefully. And you can tell this is dubbed because the lip flaps don't quite line up when they're talking. But yeah, hopefully we have enough of this anime to identify it. Alright, this next section was going to be a very long and involved process. I was going to search up kanji, do reverse image searches, try and find old TV guides, ask Reddit, Facebook groups, and maybe even call up the old TV station. But actually, I only had to do one of those things. Yep, it was that stupidly easy. All I did was take screenshots from the show and plug into Google Lens for a quick reverse image search. I thought for the best chance of success, it had to be something that was in every episode. And obviously the transformation sequence would be just that. Failing that, I also had the episode title card as a fallback, but nope, it worked on the very first go, and even if I had to, I wouldn't have had to rely on my meager understanding of kanji and hiragana because Google Lens amazingly recognized all the characters here. So yeah, the name of the show is Peach Boy Legend, or Momotaro Densetsu. As the name would suggest, the show's main character is based off a Japanese folk hero, Momotaro. Momo meaning peach, and Taro being a common part of a Japanese firstborn son's name. We follow him on his demon-slaying adventures in this anime, which does draw a lot from the original folk story. Most versions say that Momotaro was born from a peach found by an elderly couple. He grew up to be a strong and capable fighter with a hell of an appetite. The main story sees him befriending 3 animal companions and defeating demons who frequently raided his village. In modern tellings of the tale, he's incredibly strong and brave, but also kind and caring, which, hey wait, doesn't that sound really familiar? Nintendo Momotaro! Momotaro's legacy lives on in media today, inspiring things like One Piece's Wano arc and this episode of Samurai Jack. He isn't alone though, as the show features a mishmash of other legends, folk tales, myths, and fairy tales, which is oddly fitting for me since I am something of a Ruby guy. Alongside Momotaro is another folk hero, Kintaro. Although there are competing tales of his origins, most versions agree that Kintaro was a boy who grew up in the mountains, also displaying incredible strength and an affinity for animal companions, namely bears. Legends detail his exploits as a skilled woodcutter and warrior who took on monsters and, of course, demons. Kintaro's influence seems to endure as well. He inspired One Piece's Sentomaru, Gintama's Gintoki, and this Fate Grand Order character. And lastly, there is Princess Kaguya from The Tale of the Woodcutter, who the boys compete over for her affections. I'd hope this legend needs no introduction because this Kaguya inspired that Kaguya. As for what happens in the show, that's a little bit less clear. I haven't fully rewatched this yet. It's like 50 episodes and I'm a very busy person right now. Also, there's no English version, like at all. Subbed or dubbed, just Japanese and Cantonese. And while I still do retain enough of my first language to understand most of this, there are just times when full-on sentences go over my head. Oh, yeah, I should probably explain that a little more. Yes, English is not my first language, it is in fact Cantonese. So how did my mother tongue fall off a cliff? Well, this is a consequence of how I grew up. In order to properly learn and retain any language, you must be interested and constantly immersed in it. My interest level in Cantonese dropped off a cliff as soon as I got to school because English was what I really wanted to learn. It's what my friends were speaking and what all my favorite TV shows were in. I also distinctly remember a time when my internal monologue was all in Cantonese, and as a kid you just hear me say random stuff in Cantonese on home videos. But then it switched.
Our first clue is
So yeah, it unintentionally ended up being a switch. Kinda wish it didn't work out like that, but it is what it is. And it really didn't help that there was no Cantonese media that really interested me. I'm really sorry, but TVB dramas and HK pop just really didn't do it for me. and shows like Momotaro Densetsu had very little airtime on the very few Chinese language channels that were available to us on basic cable. So yeah, less exposure and interest led to my second language being the dominant one. But maybe it's not too late for my first. After I finish my trip down memory lane, there are a couple of shows I want to check out. I found some pretty good Cantonese dubs of modern anime like Mob Psycho 100 and ReZero, so I will definitely be hitting those up as soon as I can. But for now, this was me finding my lost anime.